Hello, today I'm going to be doing a how-to description on an everyday hairstyle with the Dyson. So this is basically what it looks like, just like a curl little wave moment. But I'm going to start with first what you would need. So first off is obviously the Dyson, and these are the attachments I use on the daily. So first I just use this. It's like a little, I consider it the straightening attachment out of everything. It's the one with the little bristles. And then I use personally the bigger curl tool. Just makes them more bouncier, I feel like, and just more flow together. So then the first thing I would recommend, if you don't have this, it's not like a make or break, it does help, is a mister. It just kind of dampens the hair, which makes it easier since the Dyson is kind of like a blow dryer. And then to part the hair, I have a claw clip. It makes it easier just to hold up all the hair and make it just for easier separation so not everything gets curled all at once. Then I have these little hair clips, and what I do with those is basically when I have like a curl that I want to keep out of the way, I'll just pin it up and just move on. It just makes it easier to separate the curls that I don't want to touch or that I don't want to get to just yet. And then the next tool, this can be any brand. I personally have the Dyson brush, so it does just go with my set. But you'll want a paddle brush, and that's, again, up to preference. It's not anything you have to have. And then the actual hair products I use. So to start, I use this Argan Mile. It's a Color Lock glossing oil. Just makes it look a little more shiny. And I use this before styling because it also tames frizz. And you can use any oil. It's just really simple. Like if you ever use like the Olaplex oil, it's pretty much the same thing. And then I personally used this before as well. It's the Makeup Blockade. It's a heat defense serum. It's just kind of like a little, it's similar to an oil, but it's a little thicker. But it just protects your hair from any heat damage. And then just my hairspray, which is a flexible hold, so it doesn't get like all crunchy or anything. It's just very loose and bouncy, and it holds like this for pretty much all day. So now let's get into the actual how-tos. So the first step is to separate. Now I personally, since I do have extensions, I like to separate right on that extension line, which is right here. So I just bring that up, this back, put that back. So the first step is going to be to separate. And then that's when your clip comes in handy. So you just clip up that top layer. Then honestly, this is another thing that this can be good for because I have really short hairs that don't like to stay back here. So I'll just clip them up like that. Again, just to hold everything up. So then the second step, now I'm not gonna actually spray this on my hair, but the second step for me is these three. So first I'll put on my argan oil. So literally just like that. And you just take your hair, run it through, just enough to give it that little glossy shine. And you'll do this for each layer. And then I put on my heat protectant. Now I already have heat protectant in, so I'm not gonna add any more, but usually, I'll just show you how much I put on there. So usually, even just an amount like that will do. Just something, just to give it a little bit of defense against the heat. So then I would take a piece, probably about an inch, and I would spray it. So like 1, 2, 3, 4 sprays up and down, just enough to get it like damp. And I personally do one piece at a time, and I think it works better because it doesn't dry and there's no need for like resprays. So then I would go in with this just a little bit, just to like straighten out any like style that was there before. So like if I had curled it previously that morning before and I didn't like the curls, this helps get it back to that straight position, which I mean, you kind of just saw with that curl. There's not even heat on this, not even plugged into anything. And it straightened it pretty well. So I just do that, and then once I do that on the piece of hair, I switch it out for this attachment. And for my right side, I like to use the left arrow because that means it's curling right away from the face. And I like to personally hold it like this, starting at the bottom, so it'll wrap it on up, wrap, all the way to the top. And then just so we kind of have an idea what it would look like, I like to hold it like this. And I hold it preferably for about 10 seconds. And then I hit what the Dyson has, the cold button. So I put a blast of cold air for about 5 seconds just to really hold the curl. And then that's when I would normally take one of my pens and clip it up to my head. And it holds the curl. And then I would just move on to the next. So again, take my next 1-inch piece of hair, take my straightening attachment, get rid of the previous curl, obviously with it plugged in again. Then I would take this and go like that, and then pin it up. And then me personally, once I finish all one section, I will undo the pins, take my hairspray, and just do a light little brushing like that. Nothing much, just a little. And then I would pin this kind of like together, just so I know that's one section. Then I would move on to the other side. So I would take this little straightening attachment, switch its section, and start again. And then this side, I would do the same. You just switch what side it's switched to. So that way, again, it rolls away from everything. And again, up to the top of the head. Take it out, pin it up. And the pin up is personally just like a preference. It just feels like to me it holds the curl better. So then once you're done with that side, again, take it all down, give it a good spray. So then, now this step is up for debate whether you do it now or at the end. Personally, I like to do it after each section. Comb out the curls. Which makes it a little more bouncy. So with that paddle brush, you'd comb out the curls. So you take out this top end. I still do like to keep it separated in a sense. So just part it down. And then this, obviously before you start curling, this is when you would apply more of your argan oil to like this side, along with your heat protector, and then you would spray each side, or not spray each side, but each piece that you decide to curl. And the same steps apply. You would straighten with this, switch it back and forth for both sides, take your side here, left side for right side, so opposite sides for your side of hair. You'd roll it up, hit it for 5 seconds with the cold, and take it down. And then on this top part, I don't like to pin it up as much just because I think the bottom looks better curly and the top looks better a little straighter, just with a little wave. So yeah, then once I'm done with everything up here, hairspray, like that. And then powder brush, just to brush everything back. So yeah, that's basically how I do my everyday style. We'll go over everything just again real quick, just everything you need. So as far as the attachments, I use the straightener and the big curler, along with the actual paddle brush that comes with the Dyson. Then as far as hair like supplies, I use this mister, along with a little hair clip and a claw clip. And then I use an argan oil, which helps with the shine of the hair and tames the frizziness. And then I use a heat protectant, and then along with some hairspray. So yeah, that's my how-to on just a daily look. So yeah, I hope you enjoy and I hope you give it a try. Bye.